Top Gospel Rappers, 2021. The growing number of gospel rappers over the years has consistently demystified the myth that rap is a genre promoting violence and drug use, among other ill vices. Many gospel rappers today use the genre to evangelize, encourage, and inspire. The quality of their music is top-notch, and they go shoulder to shoulder with secular music when it comes to streams and music awards. In today's video, we highlight some of the top trending gospel rappers from 2021. They're platinum-selling rappers with influential music and millions of fans across the globe. Before we start the countdown, tell us, who is your best rapper, gospel or otherwise? Let us know in the comment section below. Here we go. Number 1. KJ52. Raised in Ybor City, the ghetto area of Tampa, Florida, KJ52, whose real name is Jonah Sorrentino, was the son of two ex-hippie artists. When his parents divorced, he moved to the suburbs with his mother, but found that he still didn't fit in. "I went from being the only white kid in an all-black and Cuban neighborhood to a suburban neighborhood where I was still just as poor," he said in his bio. Things got even worse, and running away twice didn't help matters. Drinking, drugs, and girls weren't the answer either. At 15, a family member challenged him to take up Christ, and his answer suddenly became clear. KJ went to work for a youth ministry at a Florida inner-city church, and he released a few demo CDs. They didn't get much notice, but he didn't let that kill the dream. KJ met a young like-minded rapper named Golden Child, and the two of them formed Sons of Intellect. They performed all over Florida, and KJ got a real taste of how much his music could change lives. When Sons broke up, KJ didn't give up. In fact, in the summer of 1998, he stepped down from his youth minister position to pursue his Christian rap dream full-time. A relationship KJ had with Goatee Records' Todd Collins led him to getting signed by Essential. His full-length debut album was released in April of 2000. On October 31, 2019, the award-winning artist announced the release of his latest album. He did it by promoting his final tour, which included a book and the album. This would be the 13th and final album of his glittering career, and that's why he named it the Victory Lap. He also expressed his gratitude to all his supporters on an Instagram post. Number 2. Canton Jones. Canton Jones is an award-winning Grammy-nominated contemporary gospel singer, rapper, vocal arranger, and producer based in Florida. His unapologetic, socially conscious take on gospel weaves sweeping instrumentation, traditional gospel, contemporary R&B melodies, hip-hop, and electronics in a production style that weds the sonic approach of musical theater and dance music behind his rich baritone. His charting sophomore long player, Love Jones, received a Grammy nomination. One of Jones' aesthetic trademarks is his willingness to push the 21st century gospel's genre boundaries. 2007's Kingdom Business offered gritty dance floor-ready production, choral chants, and club sounds to undergird Jones' deeply Christian worldview. 2011's Dominionaire featured the Grammy-nominated single Window. A remix of the long player offered the controversial single In the Club, which bleeped out certain segments in its lyrics to challenge listeners to confront their own imaginations. 2014's Lust, Drugs, and Gospel was a harder-edged outing dedicated to those who suffered from addictions and offered evangelical redemption in a musical vernacular that could not be misunderstood. Later outings such as 2016's I Am Justice and 2018's Ghost took a hard look at the complexities of race relations in America, personal accountability, struggles with desire, and an appeal to transcend petty political squabbles. In 2020, Jones collaborated with Christian country duo Zach and Rodney on the single Selma Swamp, which, using allegory, squarely addressed racial commonalities and differences in the Deep South in a funky blues arrangement. Jones grew up in a musical family in Deerfield Beach, a coastal town in southeast Florida. As early as the age of 5, Jones joined a singing quartet his father formed, and by age 16, he was making beats for himself and other local singers. After high school, he moved his home base to Atlanta, where he attended Morehouse College. It was there that the singer joined the school's popular glee club, which afforded him a chance to tour extensively and sing for Oprah Winfrey, Stevie Wonder, Bobby Jones, and Ray Charles, among others. In the meantime, Jones also attended Pastor Creflo Dollar's World Changers Church, where he sang in the choir. During a solo performance for one of the megachurch's services, Jones caught the attention of the congregation's youth pastor, who asked him to help in the youth department. He did, and not long after, he made his recorded debut for the Holy Hip Hop label with 20 Years, 3 Months, and 12 Days in 2002, and set up his own outlet, Cajo. His breakthrough came with an appearance on the Grammy-nominated compilation album Holy Hip Hop, Taking Gospel to the Streets. His subsequent release, Love Jones 2005, made its debut on the Billboard's Top Gospel Albums chart at number 11. Jones' profile continued to rise throughout the remainder of the decade and the 2010s. Among his charting releases were all 5 volumes in the Kingdom Business series, the Grammy-nominated single Window, 2014's addiction-themed Lust, Drugs, and Gospel, and 2016's I Am Justice. Number 3. Canon. A Chicago-born, Nashville-based Christian hip-hop artist and a member of the Reflection Music Group, Canon cut his teeth as the hype man for Lecrae before striking out on his own in 2012. He cracked the Billboard 200 in 2014 with the release of the EP Loose Cannon Volume 2, but a near-death accident nearly derailed his career. 2 years passed before the arrival of his next project, Loose Cannon Volume 3, which, like 2018's Home and his 2019 collaboration with Derek Minor and Byron Juwan, Whole Team Winning, made a strong showing on Billboard's Top Rap Albums chart. In 2021, he issued the triumphant single I Made It ahead of the arrival of the EP We Made It, which arrived later that year. Aaron Cannon McCain was raised in a lower middle-class area of the Windy City on a steady diet of secular hip-hop. However, with the help of his church-going mother and grandfather, McCain managed to survive early flirtations with drugs, crime, and gang violence and shift his focus to the less prominent but no less powerful spiritual side of the music that shaped his formative years. After attending Bible College in Memphis, McCain hooked up with CCM hip-hop giant, producer, and entrepreneur Lecrae, who, along with mentors like Reach Records frontman Derek Minor, helped to get the budding artist's career off the ground. The newly minted Canon dropped his first mixtape, The Great Investment, in 2009, followed by a feature on Lecrae's 2011 release, Rehab: The Overdose. He spent the remainder of the year on tour with Lecrae until inking his own deal with Reflection Music Group. The resulting EP, Loose Cannon, arrived in 2012, followed in 2013 by his official debut long player, Mad Haven. In 2014, Canon returned with his second EP, the Ray Rock and 87 produced Loose Cannon Volume 2. At the end of the year, while attempting to assist at the scene of a car crash, he suffered a number of injuries that forced him into recovery for months. He returned to the stage in 2015 and began recording a follow-up to Loose Cannon Volume 2. Loose Cannon Volume 3 arrived a year later. Climbing to number 15 on the Billboard Rap chart, the third installment featured guests like Derek Minor in Overdo It and TJ Pompeo in My Little Baby. Canon returned in December 2018 with a full-length album, Home, followed by Whole Team Winning, featuring Derek Minor and Byron Juwan in 2019. 2 years later, Canon returned with We Made It, a moving 7-track set that dealt with the themes of anxiety and depression. Number 4. Bizzle. Mark Julian Felder, born July 21, 1983, more commonly known simply as Bizzle, is an American Christian hip-hop recording artist and entrepreneur. In January 2010, Bizzle released You Got Some Explaining to Do, directed towards Jay-Z, calling the rap icon out on his negative references towards Jesus and Christianity in his music. The video caused much controversy and generated a buzz that even Bizzle couldn't anticipate. He released a statement in an interview with allhiphop.com. Bizzle released his first mixtape, The Messenger, in March 2010. Shortly after the release, he founded God Over Money Records in Houston, Texas. Since its creation, the label has released 8 mixtapes, a collaborative album with artist Willie P. Dub Moore Jr., 3 full-length studio albums, and signed 2 artists. Bizzle released his debut album, Tough Love and Parables, on June 21, 2011, which debuted at number 15 on the Billboard Gospel Albums chart. It also appeared on the iTunes Store swoosh banner. The Good Fight was released on March 7, 2013, and debuted at number 2 on Billboard's Gospel Albums chart, number 7 on Christian Albums, number 11 on Top Rap Albums, and sold a total of 3,962 copies in its first week. The rapper received nominations for Rap Hip Hop Gospel CD of the Year at both the 2012 and 2014 Stellar Awards, sharing the category with artists Derek Minor, Lecrae, and Thistle. He also received 3 nominations at the 2012 and 2013 Kingdom Choice Awards, and although he didn't win any in 2012, he won all 3 categories in 2013 for Rap Single of the Year, Hip Hop Album of the Year, and Music Video of the Year. And that's it from us today. Who among the 4 gospel rappers is your favorite? Tell us in the comments section below.